Another storm is brewing in the NBA as the Dallas Mavericks storm back once again. After a wild start to this season, the team finally hit its groove and is now demonstrating to the rest of the league just what it can do. This Mavericks team is running well on all cylinders, from Luka Donic, now playing up to his MVP level, to Kyrie Irving playing his signature offensive brilliance, and even Klay Thompson handling it well in clutch moments. They're not deploying the offense quite the same way as they did at first in struggling to string together wins. They're one of the more dangerous teams in the league right now. So, let's get into how they turned everything around, what makes them tick, and why we may even see another finals run from this team. Luka Donic is not only the face of the Dallas Mavericks, but he's increasingly becoming one of the most dominating forces in the NBA. Drawing on the last 3 years, he has displayed an ability to control the game and even scored beyond playmaking and leadership. He has a far greater skill set than might be typical for a guard, and his understanding of the game is well beyond his years. This season, Luka is playing to an MVP-ready level, making strides in his commitment to defense while being the same offensive juggernaut we have all come to know and expect. Triple-double threat has been the same this season for Luka, but it does not quite do justice to his awesome contribution to the Mavericks. The magic of Luka is how he can dominate the game without even being at the center of the offense. His basketball quotient says that he glides through plays, and whether it's off the ball movement, screen waiting, or even directing traffic from the top of the key, Luka is the engine that drives the Mavericks' success. He has been sharper in footwork, passing with intriguing creativity and surprising defenders by finding open teammates in the most unexpected places. What sets Luka apart from many other starry players in the league is his prime-time incident shots. Luka hitting late in games is something he has done many times in the past, making the game-winning shot, a step-back three over multiple defenders, or crashing to the basket with force or creating space for others. He has a built reputation for finding his way to excel in pressure, and time again. It proves that he is not afraid to shy from big moments. Luka finds ways to make plays that leave fans and opponents in awe, whether in the last seconds of the game or in overtime. While he makes plays under the maximum intensity of a game, it has already made him one of the most lethal players in the NBA, and a primary factor in giving the Mavericks an excellent start to rebounding from their terrible starting point in the season. What actually makes Luka's clutch gene even more impressive is that confidence rubs off to the rest of the team. His presence on the court during such high-pressure moments sends a ripple effect, making his teammates believe they also can come through. The truth is, the Mavericks get inspired by the fact that when it comes to handling the ball at crunch time, it's Luka who is going to do it, and thus they should raise their game. The whole team tends to step up the performances in crucial moments when Luka is at the lead, because if it's timely shots, key rebounds, or lockdown defense, overall, they're better as a unit. His impact is not only through scoring, it is rooted in the confidence he models with his teammates, making them all calmer and more capable when the time comes for those big moments. This season, clutch Luka defined Mavericks' success, bouncing back up from initial struggles. Adding to his lauded leadership and confidence-building capabilities, it surely helped propel Dallas into the limelight again. The master goes back into potential NBA contenders when Luka leads an onslaught that's incorporated and mentally strapped to finish the games on the highest stage. This should make them a severe contender once more, as it shows that Luka is so important for the team's new winning ways in being a scorer and leader. And for as long as he keeps making it happen in crunch time, the Mavericks shall keep being worth watching, as their possibilities for a long playoff run will grow. Kyrie Irving, yet another player that has been acquired by the Mavericks to ensure that they keep elevating the team and disintegrating it from the inside, has definitely fulfilled his duties, most especially along with Luka Donic. Regardless of all the news that has surrounded Kyrie's life and public persona, the reality is that his on-court performances speak for themselves. Suffice to say, they have really been dramatic this particular season, as Kyrie has brought back all his killer instinct and proven why he is still one of the most skilled and lethal offensive players within the league. Irving's offensive game is unbelievably versatile. as it is mesmerizing. Kyrie has been darn near flawless throughout it, whether it is nailing a smooth mid-range jumper or a tough three-pointer, or finishing at the rim with finesse. His ball-handling skills are unmatchable, while the tightness of contact allows him to navigate through defenders to create openings in the most congested situations. Kyrie has also been making plays, showing how well he understands the offense and how well he is willing to get others involved. Luka is indeed the primary playmaker, but Kyrie's ability to take charge and run the show when Luka isn't on the floor creates a new wrinkle in the Mavericks offense. Yet, beyond scoring, what has come really evident from this season is leadership with Kyrie. We've seen a more engaged Kyrie on both sides of the floor, providing help on defense and not shying away from big matchups. His taking on responsibility during clutch moments puts him in the category of irreplaceable assets for the Mavericks. In fact, Kyrie has managed to become the ideal complement to Luka. Luka is usually the primary handler of the ball and runs most of the plays, and Kyrie provides that extra offensive punch when Luka needs a breather or two when defenses double-team him. This symbiotic relationship between the two players is the secret of Mavericks' success, while even Luka is resting or struggling in some games. Kyrie's timely presence has been very vital in clutch situations and has been witnessed at play. Just like those instances when Luka was injured or fatigued, and Kyrie assumed the mantle of running the offense for the Mavericks in those scenarios. With full confidence using both playmaking and scoring, he has proved his worth and secured his position in pursuit of a championship with the Mavericks. It will become very clear as time goes on in the season that the Mavericks will go as far as Luka and Kyrie can take them, and that dual threat already provides them a considerable advantage over many teams the league has to offer. Luka and Kyrie have been the obvious stars of the Dallas Mavericks, but Klay Thompson is also a game changer with his added value. Many wondered what Klay Thompson, coming into the season, would be for the Mavericks. Would he be the same killer shooter who terrorized defenses in Golden State? Or would Father Time catch up with the once elite shooter? So far, Klay still shows that he's got plenty of gas in the tank. Klay is indeed known for his shooting ability, and this season started again to have him gain his rhythm back. Off-ball movement is still deadly as ever. He possesses the ability to catch and shoot in the blink of an eye, which gives problems for the defenders who fight through the screens just to stay near him. Klay's offensive end has remained elite, whether it's a catch-and-shoot three or a deep-range jumper from the wing. The most impressive thing about this season is how he's adapted his game to the Mavericks system. Compared to his days of playing Golden State, where the Splash Brothers dynamic prevailed due to his pairing with Stephen Curry, Klay has easily plugged himself into the system, playing alongside Luka and Kyrie, and benefiting from catch-and-shoot situations. Klay's game has now even shifted into the more encouraging category, defense himself. While he may not be the same outside defender he was in his prime, Klay remains a valuable, though solid, defender, providing crucial minutes on floor time with the Mavericks without liability. The combination of his length and his basketball IQ positioning allows him to stay in front of players and contest shots well. Klay's ability to guard multiple positions, especially on the wing, gives the Mavericks the flexibility to switch defenses and ultimately guard a variety of offensive threats. And that is critical for a team like the Mavericks, who rely on strong defensive rotations to support their high-powered offense. Beyond his shooting ability and defense, Klay's on and off the court reputation as a leader cannot be underestimated. His wealth of experience in championship settings provides new perspectives to the Mavericks. In addition, he is an example of professionalism in the locker room for the younger ones. The Mavericks need someone like Klay, who has experienced all of the ups and downs of NBA Finals playoffs and battles to give maturity at an important time in the playoffs. Even though Luka and Kyrie are considered the core of the Dallas Mavericks, one of the contributing factors that have fully fledged this renaissance is the team's depth. This summer, the Mavericks have made some good chess moves by adding players who can fill up spaces in complementing their stars and also helping in the team play at both ends of the floor. Quentin Grimes and Najee Marshall have made great replacements for players such as Derrick Jones Jr., making the Mavericks versatile in their needs on offense and defense. Both have since stepped into meaningful minutes and impact positions. Aroni really has emerged as a scorer and defender on the perimeter. He has been a big factor in creating scoring opportunities beyond the arc and offense in general. It may be his defense, though, that names Grimes a few steps ahead of the pack. Defensive Grays has been able to hang with some of the league's best, using his size and footwork to stay in front of his assignments. Many games have come down to tight finishes, and his defensive plays have been crucial to the Mavericks. Najee Marshall also happens to be forceful in dynamism. His scoring surprised a lot, averaging double digits in points per game. Behind his ability to stretch the floor, he has also shown he is capable of guarding opponents well, making him a utility player for the Mavericks. He has produced consistently and has proven that he could be given more responsibility without missing a beat. Then, there is Dereck Lively, the young giant who has taken huge strides in his development. He has made a name for himself with spectacular defense, with several clutch key blocks and stops. True to his name, he boasts of an understanding of positioning and timing that has made him a real force to account for at both ends of the court. This one right here has been one of the biggest bright spots for the Mavericks this year for the reason that it indicates that your team may have a future star on its hands. The depth of the Mavericks doesn't stop there. Players like Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway Jr., and even Jaden Ivey have contributed in various ways, whether it's offensive firepower, solid defense, or hitting critical shots during tight moments. Depth helps the Mavericks tweak their game according to various situations and keeps them in contention when their stars should rest. Thus, it is the improved depth which has changed the game for the Mavericks because it could keep up the pressure on the competitors, even when Luka and Kyrie are off the floor. The Dallas Mavericks are back like never before. After some really tough times at the start of the season, this team has proven why it is among the best in the league. With Luka Donic and Kyrie Irving leading them, veteran support from Klay Thompson, plus role players on both offense and defense stepping up, they've got all the pieces for that run at the finals again. What do you think about the Mavericks so far this season? Do you reckon they can sustain this level of play and make the NBA Finals again? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.